Hello, I'm glad that you're here today. Well, I had something to share with you. I was just thinking the other day, I was listening to one of my YouTubers that I like to listen to while I was getting some stuff done, and I heard that person say that she was going to use Crisco in her recipe. Now, she didn't have the butter flavored Crisco, but she had a different Crisco, and she said, pure lard. And I thought, oh, wait a minute. Does she not know the difference in Crisco and lard? There's a big difference. And then when I was checking out at the store, the lady in front of me had a big old container of lard that comes from Walmart or the grocery store. It's Moral snow-capped lard. Now, I don't have the lard in here. I just have a bucket my brother-in-law gave me, and I reuse this bucket. So I don't buy this lard. But this is what the lady had, and the young man behind the thing said, "What is this?" He didn't even know what it was. So I thought, oh wow, maybe it's just time to just kind of let people know what lard is, right? To let them know what is the difference between Crisco and lard. Well, there's a big, big difference. Now, Crisco, it's a blend of oils. It used to be made out of just cottonwood oil, but of course they changed that. And you can look up Crisco and find all about the history on it. But it is made of, it's a blend of plant-based oils, including soybean oil, fully hydrogenated palm oil, and it was introduced in 1911. Now, not as those ingredients, it had the cottonseed oil in 1911. And what is lard? Well, lard's a semi-solid white fat derived from pork that's used for cooking, frying, and baking. So lard is derived from pork products. Here I have some fatback and I have some hog jowl. We cook these, we render the lard out of them, and we use it to season many things, especially greens. Now, Crisco, I'm going to read to you this is butter flavored. Now, there's Crisco that's in a white container, and I'm going to walk through Walmart and just show you some different kinds of cooking oils and things that they have there. Now, the ingredients in this Crisco, now this is the butter flavored Crisco. You may have the blue can, and it's just not flavored at all. It's just white Crisco. But the ingredients in this Crisco that I have here is soybean, fully hydrogenated palm oil. And hydrogenated just means that it's turned into a solid. The oils were liquid, and they put them through a process that turns them into a solid. So the ingredients would be soybean oil, fully hydrogenated palm oil, mono and diglycerides, TBHQ and citric acid, antioxidants, natural and artificial flavor, beta-carotene, and then pro-vitamin A added for color. And so this is a man-made product made from oils. This is a natural product rendered from pork. So that's the difference in lard and Crisco. So Crisco is not lard. It is a whole different thing. But it is a solid, and we had many people growing up that used this. Now, we didn't use this. We used pork rendered from pigs. Here is what is in this Moral snow-capped lard. It's with hydrogenated lard. All right, let's get into my language if I'm going to tell you what's in here. All right, here we go. We've got it in English, and it says, with hydrogenated lard, Mantasiga parlamenta hydrogenata. Oh, okay. I'm still in a different language. Well, this lard does not have English. It does not have it in English. BHT and BHA added to help protect flavor. But this is this is an older bucket, because the newer ones tell you it's from a pork factory, and it is mixed with other things. This is a product of the USA. Sorry, my fingernail looks dirty, but it's not dirty. I was messing in some stain and stuff, and it's something that I can't get out. And that drives me a little bit crazy, because my dad was a stickler that we always keep our nails clean. Well, however, back to the subject. The snow cap lard here, made by Moral, and it's made in USA, so it is from pork. It has some pork rendered lard, but it also has some other additives right here. This has no flavor whatsoever. It's just as bland as it can be. I don't like to use this because I don't like the results I've had when I cook with this. When I bake with it or I cook other things, it's just not what I prefer to use. But there is this alternative, and I'll show you that in the grocery store when I share with you some of the differences as we go into the Walmart, and I'll share some of that stuff with you. Well, this is side meat and hog jowls. You can see the difference in the hog jowls. They come from, of course, the jowls, which is there around the side of the pig, around his mouth, And here are just pieces of it. And you can see there are some little lean pieces in there that looks much like bacon. This has a really good flavor, and it's good for a lot of the things that we cook. Side meat, of course, it's from the side of the pig, or we call it fat back. It can come from any part of the pig. Bought this at Fatback at Food Line. Bought these hog jowls at Food Line. So that's a good source. It's a grocery store local here. You may or may not have a Food Line in your area, but some grocery stores should be able to carry some kind of pork that you can render lard from if you eat pork. Now, bacon is one of the easiest types of pork that you'll have access to, and that grease has a wonderful, wonderful flavor. And so we, without a doubt, save our bacon grease, and we use it in other recipes. We use it to fry things in, all different recipes. But that gives you a little information on the difference in Crisco, which is a naturally made product from oils, from palm oil, evidently, and some other oils added in there, and pork renders lard. So to be true lard, it has to come from a pork product, and that's where you get lard. Now, some of the best lard in the world is the leaf lard, the best lard on the pig, and that's the lard that's around the organs of the pig. That's called leaf lard, and it is highly prized for its delicious, mild flavor. Now, some people don't want any pork flavor in their lard whatsoever when they're seasoning things. Some people want a mild flavor, and then, of course, if you're using it for a flavoring, then you want it to have some flavor, and that's why pork jowls is a wonderful part of the pig. My teapot is whistling, and that means I can pour my cup of tea. Try to pour it with my left hand here. Get my tea going. And it is the tea that I got for Valentine's Day. It's not my white Valentine's Day tea, but it's this one right here, the Harney & Sons White Christmas Tea. White tea with vanilla and almond flavors. So I am looking forward to seeing how that tastes today. I know how it tastes, but I'm looking forward to having a cup of it.
Grammy.
I'll get it steeping right here. What, love? What do you need?
I want to go on an adventure.
You want to go on an adventure?
Yes.
Well, Grammy is in here in the kitchen. We can't go on that right now.
I want to go on an adventure in the woods.
Oh, you want to go on an adventure in the woods?
Yes.
Oh, well, maybe we can do that. You usually do that with Dad or Grandpa, right? Oh, but you really want to do it right now? Well, we'll see what Grandpa and Dad's got up their sleeve, okay? Can I do anything to help you? Well, David wanted to talk about his adventure. He wants to go on an adventure with Grandpa. Maddie's decided to come in here and stand in my corner. She loves to sit right here in my corner, and this is the corner I work at to chop my onions and my other stuff. So that's why it takes me a long time to make a kitchen video. As much as I would love to have a cooking channel, I can't always cook because... Okay, here we are in the Crisco aisle. So this is Crisco. This is how it's sold. We're here at Walmart. You can see the Crisco brand here. You can see the Walmart brand. Here's a butter flavored Crisco. And then on the back you can see the ingredients. And that's what makes Crisco different from Lard. Let's take a minute and just look at the ingredients. Soybean oil, fully hydrogenated palm oil and diglycerides, TBHQ, and citric acid. So there you go. So that's the ingredients of the regular Crisco. Also have the Walmart brand plain shortening. Here's a butter flavored shortening.
3 pounds.
The ingredients might be slightly different on that one. And then here is a lard product. They call this lard. So it must have some and some pork fat in it, but it's also got something else.
It's not there.
So this is some lard. This does have, it's hydrogenated lard, but it also has some kind of additives in it. It's not quite a full lard, and it doesn't have the flavor that you render from the pork yourself. This lard is flavorless, it's plain, but it is a lard and it has some additives to it. It is, you can see down here, it's packaged by Smithfield Meats Corporation and it's a product of USA, but I'm pretty sure that China owns the Smithfield brand.
They do.
Now. So that's just some information you might want to know about lard. This is a lard they sell here in the grocery store. It is a pork rendered product, but it also has some hydrogenated some things that are different from lard that you'd render yourself. Okay, here's a different lard. It's Armour. It's not a Smithfield brand that I can see, but you can see right here it's got BHA, propyl gallate, and citric acid added to this lard, and it's also been purified to where it doesn't have any flavor. When you render the lard yourself, it has a pork flavor to it that you don't get from this kind of lard that you buy in a store. So right here is all of these sprays, vegetable oil and different sprays. Right here is Crisco's and lard that's in small blocks. See, all vegetable shortening stick, and these right here. On a little farther down here, and it says a bacon up, so I guess this is a bacon grease substitute that you can buy, but when we found the ingredients, it had a little bit too many ingredients right there for us. You can see potassium chloride, sugar, brown sugar. We love the brown sugar, and that doesn't, sugar would be fine. We recognize what sugar is, but then you go on down to smoke flavor, sodium diacetate, sodium phosphate, sodium ascorbate, sodium erythrorbate, dextrose, and sodium nitrate, BHA. So that's got a little bit too many ingredients in it for us to choose this. So we'll probably never use the bacon up there. We'll just use the bacon grease that comes from our bacon when we cook it. You've got organic coconut oil. Got some coconut choices here. MCT. You can't use MCT for cooking. It changes molecules on a molecule level when you try to heat it. So MCT you can't use for cooking. You can use it for other things, but not to cook with. And it's $11.97 for a 16 fluid ounce bottle. Hemp seed, pumpkin seed, flax, and mustard seed. So there's a variety. Up here there are some ghees. It's a little bit expensive. There's coconut and ghee. So you have a variety of oils. Decided to come on out and enjoy what little bit we could. It's probably about 47 degrees. Not warm, but not freezing. David's on his adventure. He's running around the backyard for a few minutes. So we're going to let him do that. And I'll hang out here for a few minutes and then go back in and finish the cooking. That's how it goes here. If I had a cooking channel, it would be a lot to try to keep up with. And if I had a gardening channel, I'm not so sure I could carry a gardening channel. You know, you try to find a niche and you think, well, I love a lot of things, and they always try to encourage you to get into a niche and concentrate on one thing until you get your presence known on the algorithm in the YouTube system. But I don't have no one thing that I can concentrate on. Let me rephrase that in proper English. I don't have anything that I can concentrate my energies into to make one channel worth. He's on his adventure. He's running around the backyard. That's the joy of the little ones, I'm telling you. Well, anyway, my niche, narrowing down my niche has been quite a challenge for me. My channel is lifestyle, which I'm an Appalachian, and I have the lifestyle still of an Appalachian. We still live in Appalachian. It's just down in the flatlands, and it's not as high in the mountains as we came from, as our families lived. We had to separate these two roosters right here, and I'm sure you know why. Now that white one is really mean right there, and this one right here is beautiful. I just love him. I'm going to have to take some pictures of him. He is a beautiful little rooster, but he is mean. He's a mean little thing. Both of them. And of course that's the nature of roosters. But anyway, they're separated right now. And we'll be calling those soon and making soup. We'll be making soup out of our chickens and our little roosters. And the girls are right here. It rained last night, so things are messy. It's always messy after a rain here. We try to keep their feet as clean as we can so they don't get bumblefoot. We've never had one to have bumblefeet, and so I am glad about these. Well, these chickens are pretty old, and they are not laying eggs. They have quit laying eggs. They have aged out, so we'll be processing these so that we can use these chickens for what chickens are meant for. Are you playing on the trampoline, sweetie? Let me have a kissy. She kisses me right after I walk away. She's giving me a kissy. Well, I was talking to you about my niche before the rooster jumped in our conversation. you know, we are still in the Appalachians. Where if you look on the Appalachian map, we're right up in the tip right there where you see the pink that covers the Appalachian area. We're right in that. On the edge right there in North Carolina, that's where we're at. So we're in North Carolina Appalachians. My mother is from the center of Virginia. She is an Appalachian from Virginia, and her family, all of them are mountains. They were deep in the mountains, and we have a lot of the Appalachian ways still instilled in us, and we still have that culture. We value that. We love it. And so much wisdom comes from that area of North Carolina. And so I'm glad to be an Appalachian, and I try to share some of that with people. But my channel is not solely an Appalachian channel, because I don't know if I could have enough material to cover that whole thing. I have a lot of Appalachian recipes. I have a lot of stories. And I have a lot of other things that I could share, just things that we did to make it, and that would probably be useful right now. But there are things in the works with a lot of that stuff, and so, you know, it's not a lot that I share on here. I wanted to show you the sky. I'm looking at the sky now, and it looks like it's going to rain or snow back here. You can see right here, we got a lot of clouds right in here in this area. So it's going to be some precipitation of some kind. The sky is dark, and it's going to come something. And that goes back to being an Appalachian. You look at the signs, like the clouds and stuff, and you can see, but you can also feel like there's a storm brewing. You just know that something's going to come up. It was supposed to rain. It did rain last night, so everything's kind of soaked. I don't think it rained as much as they thought that it was going to, but we did have rain last night, and so everything's soaked out here this morning trying to get some things done. A little chilly. It's around 47 degrees, which is cold to me. It might not be to some people, and it didn't used to be to me, but now 47 feels pretty chilly, so I've still got the heat going, and I'm still dressed warmly. Now the kids are out here. They didn't want to put on coats. They said it wasn't cold, so they are not cold, but I was cold. Anyway, thank you for everybody that subscribed, and if you'd like this kind of content, then feel free to subscribe. Thank you for everybody that watches my channel and leaves such good comments. I have such good comments, and I appreciate every one of you. You know you're welcome at this channel. I'm glad that you're here. I hope I have something to offer you. If nothing else, I try to offer you knowledge, something you can take away and use on a daily basis. If nothing else, I want to offer to you encouragement and inspiration, and if nothing else, entertainment. But my last thing on my list is an entertainer. I am pretty much focused on just trying to share something with you, and it's probably my age. My age probably makes me want to share something with you that you can take away. However, I am trying to work on my channel to give to you. I'm going to have to cough. Y'all hold on. Sorry about that. I didn't want to go into a coughing fit on here. That wouldn't be good. Well, anyway, I want to kind of narrow down, niche down, and provide for y'all what you like to see. Now, I have a whole lot of things in lifestyle. We do things a little bit differently. Maybe because we're Appalachian, it's just like these chickens. They've quit laying. And where we come from, when your chicken's no good, they're not pets. Farm animals or animals that you feed to provide eggs, they're not pets. They're livestock. And they're there to use to provide for your family. That's how we were raised. That's why these chickens are going to be culled and they're going to be put into our pot. Maybe that's not a great thought. Maybe people think that's inhumane. That chicken, his providing days are over. People eat chickens. That chicken you see in a store was once running around like these chickens that we have out here. So that was a live animal that you're eating when you buy chicken from the store. All the meat that you eat that comes from an animal. Just because somebody else has done all that work for you and put it in the store for sale does not mean it's any less a living, breathing animal or fowl. In this case, the chicken or fowl. That's how we were raised. You know, you eat what you raise. That's our culture. We eat beef, pork, venison, chicken, turkey, duck. So we eat those things, and all of those were once living. That's part of that cycle. When we clean these up, I'm not so sure I'm going to jump into getting another herd of chickens for a while. I'm just going to take a break. I'm just going to take a break from the chickens. I mean, when the eggs come in, we've got a tremendous amount of eggs. I freeze a lot of the eggs and use later. I know a lot of people water glass their eggs, but I can taste the difference in a water glassed egg and an egg that comes out of the refrigerator, and I don't like that taste, so I don't ever water glass my eggs. Now, if I needed to do that, really needed to do that, I would do it, but I don't feel the need to keep eggs. For what we buy and feed for these chickens, we can certainly buy eggs. So that's the trade-off that you have right there for me. Let me check and see where Maddie's at. David's got to get out in here in the backyard and have an adventure. And what did you find?
This thing.
Oh my goodness.
I was planting a seed until I found this when I was gonna put the dirt on the seed.
Yeah.
Yes.
You could be an archaeologist.
Yeah. And like, I don't care about the dirt on my hand. It's just that this thing is so cool.
Yeah,
Looks like something's been on this thing.
yeah. You need to keep that and show it to Grandpa what you found out here in the backyard.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it somewhere where like I can't.
Hey, did you get your adventure for today?
Well, no, and I still need to plant the seed though.
Okay. Well, we won't keep you. We'll let you go ahead and plant your seed.
Okay.
Swinging on her swing. But I was sharing with you that I probably would not have chickens for a while. I'm taking a break from the chickens. So once all of these are cleaned and put in the freezer, you know, when you buy a processed chicken from the grocery store, those chickens are usually huge. But when you buy one, I mean, when you actually call one that you've grown organically and that is not commercially grown, they're really skinny when you process them. You got a really small chicken, but they're so much more flavorful. When we process these chickens and we get them in our freezer, they will have so much more flavor in that tiny little chicken than you can ever get at a store. I'm not sure what makes the flavor so much better, because we feed them commercial feed. We also let them catch natural things and feed them a lot of grub worms and stuff from the garden, and we feed them some kitchen scraps. Well, chicken scraps. We feed them kitchen scraps. So I guess that adds to the diet. I'm not sure if that makes them that much more flavorful or what it is, but they have a tremendous amount of flavor. So we'll enjoy these little chickens that we've had for probably more than 8 years. I'm sure we've had these chickens for about 9 years. And it's okay to go ahead and, cull them and go ahead and put them in the freezer. They are beautiful chickens. They really, really are. I mean, there are 2 of them in there, the lavender color ones, that are just beautiful. But they're no good, so I can't justify going and buying feed for these. They're not pets. They are little micro farm animals. We call this a micro farm because it's very, very tiny. I've shared with you before, it's between 1/3 and 1/4 of an acre. I think it's a little over 1/4 of an acre, and that qualifies it as a micro farm. It's not even a mini farm. It is so small, but we do as much as we can here on our little micro farm. We've raised chickens, we also raise rabbits, and we do eat those, and it's part of our diet. We're carnivores, so we eat meat. Donald deer hunts. We get venison, and we eat that all year, and it is a welcome addition to our freezer. And I don't know how you feel about what animals or whatever, but of course there's wonderful ways to have a vegan diet. We are not vegans. We are not vegetarians. We are carnivores, and we eat meat. Not every meal, but we mix a lot of meat in our meals. So we feel like that's the right thing to do for us. The protein and the things that you get from meat, minerals, things that you can't get any other way. We appreciate those in our diet. And our chickens are part of that. So I know there's a lot of people that disagree with that, and you have different lifestyles, and I'm not trying to tell you how to live, but I'm just telling you how we live. I am taking a break from these chickens for a while and just concentrating on the grandbabies and feeding family and grandbabies and all the things that are important like that. So that's something that's going to happen soon here. And this summer there won't be any chickens out here to feed or worry about. I'm not sure if we're going to take a break from the rabbits or not, maybe. Just seeing how things go there. And anyway, leave in the comments if you think that you have ideas that you would like about the direction that you would like to see the channel go. I know I've had encouragement to start different channels, to have an Appalachian channel, to have a cooking channel, and to have a gardening channel. Now, I can't handle 3 channels by myself and take care of the kids and live the life that I live. So I don't see that I'll be starting 3 channels anytime soon. But if I decide to start another channel, I'll let you know. But if you can let me know in the comments and you're a regular watcher, then just let me know what you like to see. Just lifestyle, budget friendly, home and garden. Do you like to see me cook? Do you like to see me thrift or give grocery hauls or garden? And if you like all 3 of those, let me know that too. Just let me know what you enjoy about this video if you want to, and it will help me decide in the direction how better to put out some content that you'll enjoy. Well, I thank you for let me tell you about the Crisco and for letting me go on with the rest of it here today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay warm and safe. I hope you're happy wherever you're at, and I encourage you to take good care of yourself and enjoy your life. Thank you for joining me today, and like always, until next time.